So, welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List. And once again, if you're enjoying these coaching videos, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page and follow along on all of our social media platforms. Today, I am here. I'm very excited. I didn't know how excited I was going to be. With Sadie Chadwick, head flag football coach here at Woodstock, who apparently was at North Oconee when I was a teacher. So thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today.
Of course.
All right. So just kind of jump right in. Ever since you left North Oconee, just kind of tell us your coaching journey and how you ended up here at Woodstock.
Yeah, so I went down to Georgia Southern, and then my first year teaching, I was in Savannah. It was 2020. I was able to coach 2 middle school teams. It was crazy. We had the masks on. I was coaching volleyball and basketball. And that's really when I got into coaching, and I learned that, this is what I love. I grew up playing sports, and then in college I was able to play a lot of intramurals and continue that team aspect and playing those sports. And then in Savannah, I knew, after I left, I was like, I want to coach. So I interviewed for here at Woodstock. And when I got the job, I went to Kelly Audia, and I was like, I want to coach volleyball with you. That's what I grew up doing. And I guess in my interview, I mentioned that I had played flag and experience, and there was not a lot of people, that had played flag. So my first day, I ended up meeting Mason Wren, who was the head coach at the time. And he was like, hey, I heard you're going to be my assistant coach. And I was like, well, this is the first I'm hearing of this. But I was super excited. Flag is something that not a lot of people know about. And at Georgia Southern, it was huge in the intramural department. We got to play at the state level. I went down to Florida and we played national teams, which was super cool. And then after a year of being defensive coordinator, he was like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. Do you want to do it? And I was like, absolutely. Let's build something really great here. And that's kind of how I got into it. I just fell in love with helping build girls up, the game of flag, and just it's been really awesome.
I love it. That's so cool. And so, in getting to work, under somebody who knows flag football, but then also, like I said, having a background and playing in high school, you take ideas from different coaches from different places. Mm-hmm. So now what is it you want your flag football program to be known for?
So at the end of the day, I really want to be known for having good kids. I want them, if they have their flag shirt on in the class, I want the teacher to be like, I know that's a good kid. I know she's going to be respectful. I know she's going to work hard and get good grades and really try to help others. Student leaders is something that we're really passionate about. I want my girls to be known for if they're wearing the flag shirt, they're representing me, they're representing our program, and they're representing Woodstock. And this year we had a girl who got a little bit of trouble, and she was like, I'm so sorry, coach. I don't ever want to put flag in a bad spot. And to me, that's wow, that girl cared. And she's a really good kid. It was just a fluke incident.
Oh, yeah.
But that girl cared so much about what she was representing. I know I'm building good kids. And at the end of the day, I think it's 7% of kids go on to play college sports. Less than 1% play professional sports or something like that. I want to build quality humans for the future. Who are going to be our leaders? Who are going to be our future teachers or future parents, husbands, wives? How can I build those people up to be those good people? And that's what our program really tries to do.
I love that because you'll find this out as you coach. You build that foundation and you stick with it. All the other stuff takes care of itself. Mm-hmm. You have good kids. And even, like you said, sometimes they go awry. Sometimes they do, and make choices. And kids are going to do that. But if you have that foundation and you keep stressing, this is what we're going to do, it helps out with all the other stuff. So
100%.
Keep that up for sure. Now, you haven't been coaching forever. How many years did you say?
This is my 4th year as the head flag coach, but I coached previously 2 years.
Oh, okay. So 6 years in. So you've got some stories. So what is one of your favorite coaching stories? Again, could be on the field, on the bus, could be anything.
There's so many. I think if I'm thinking game-wise, really this past year we won the area championship. It was a huge accomplishment for our program. We had a really rough middle of the season, and we were down 12-0 at the end of, I think, 4 minutes left in the game. And we came back and we won, and it just showed a lot of resiliency for our team. And those seniors I had this year had started with me as I was the head coach. So we had gone all 4 years. And it was wow, everything that we have been teaching them and doing from the beginning when I started has finally come. It's we got this. And it's not a state championship, but an area championship was still huge in our book. It was the first time program history. So that was really cool watching the girls grow like that. And then I think on a personal level, so my husband is actually my assistant coach. So we're a big family. And we just had a baby in this past March. So Thank you so much. I got to tell the girls, And oh my gosh, they were crying, they were jumping up and down, and it just really like showed me like this is our family, like our extended family. Like we get to not raise, but like help watch these girls grow over 4 years. And to me, that's like more than any championship, watching freshman to senior, the maturity, and that's been like the coolest thing as a coach.
And they're going to help raise your kid too.
Oh my gosh, if I go anywhere, like we went to a lacrosse game the other day, and I told the girls like, hey, like let's go out and support these girls. And one of them responded back like, only if Cooper comes. And like it was like, well, Cooper's gonna be there like every day. They're like, how's he doing? And he's like, we'll run. He just started walking, like walk to them and hugs one of them that he loves so much. So it's been really cool to do that with them, and especially having my husband there. Like we are a unit. They are with us. There are 30 little babies.
I love it. I love it. So now, having been a head coach for 4 years now, you've got, your players that come back to you. We're going to have some now that are graduating college, probably going into education. You have any of those players, anybody came to you and said, Coach, I think I want to be a head coach one day. What piece of advice would you give them?
Just build relationships. Like, especially in girls' sports, I think that's so important. To really build those relationships, stop the kids in the hall, say, how'd you do on those tests? Go to their other sporting events and really get to know them, because the rate of kids coming back to your program once you've built those relationships is so much higher than if they don't know their coach. And obviously there's level. You are not going to be their friend, but you can be that person that they look up to and that they go to, because that's really going to help. And then second, find a mentor coach, find someone that you can go to and be like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Find someone in your building that knows all the paperwork side and stuff, and find someone who knows your sport and is willing to help you grow and learn. Having that community of coaches like really will advance your program a lot.
I love that you mentioned paperwork. That doesn't get brought up a lot. There are things that there is no class that will ever teach you, and every school does it differently. And every AD and every AD secretary, they want something done a different way. And so that is always clutch, especially if you can have somebody come in and help that. That's for sure. So, all right. So these are kind of the fun ones, rapid fire stuff. You don't have to give any context, just answer. If you want to give some explanation, that's fine. So if somebody comes to town, play a flag football game, anything, and they say, look, afterwards I'm going to send the kids home on the bus. I'm going to go out to eat. No chains. Where would you send them?
No chains?
I can eat chains anywhere. This is more for me than anybody else.
If you're going to downtown Woodstock, I love Salt or Canyons. Those are awesome restaurants. I love their chicken finger. Salt has really awesome food.
Salt and Canyon. I will have to try that. Do you now, or back when you were at North Oconee, do you have a pregame hype song?
Oh, probably like anything from like 2012 pre-made basketball playlist. Like, I don't know, something like that. Like, really silly that all the kids don't know now.
Okay. So now, having been head coach for the last 4 years, who's the best coach you've ever coached against, or somebody who you just know when you play them that you're just going to get just a great game out of it?
Oh my gosh. Well, in flag, there's like what I like to call like the four big teams. Like Jake at McEachern is an excellent coach and who's doing an excellent job like mentoring younger coaches. Kevin at Pope, I never want to play Pope. They're back in our area this year. They're a 3-time state championship, and Kevin does a great job. Clark at Milton, Brandon at BT. Like, if you're anywhere in the flag world, like, those names. Like, those are the people, and I have a good relationship with those guys. We play them every year. We're going to beat them this year, hopefully. But those are the guys I would definitely, like, go to.
Love it. What is your pregame ritual? So what do you do to get ready for a game?
So, my class is a little different. I teach self-contained special ed, so I don't have any time in my day to really get ready for the game. So, like, when I'm prepping, like, outside of, like, all my pregame prep, I'm sitting with my girls, we're talking about the game, and then I'm letting them go warm up, eating a quick snack, and then just getting really lasered in and focused out on the field, making sure everything's ready. Nothing crazy, nothing special, really just spend time with the kids and talking to them about the game.
I love it. Who is somebody that and this could be here, I've got several today, it could be anywhere else. Who's somebody that I should go and interview, you either think would be entertaining, would have a great word for coaches? Who's somebody you think I should go sit down with?
I think you've already talked to him, but Brown, the baseball coach, he's I think one of the best coaches I've ever talked to. My assistant coach's son actually played baseball here.
Okay.
And looking at the parent side, he speaks so highly of Coach Brown and like what I see the baseball boys doing. Incredible. My class holds like a field day, and Brown brings his kids out to work with my students. And that's been really cool to watch them. They're always great kids.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So last thing, the whole reason I do this and the polls and the other stuff is try to make sure people know there is a website. I want it to be a one-stop shop for coaches, just to help out so you can worry about coaching, your baby, all the other things. And so the only way I put any vendors on there is if a coach refers them to me. So who's somebody you've worked with that you would just love to shout out for other coaches?
So Miller at Game Breaker has really helped us. We are about to get the little Aura or Halo headbands, whatever they're called. Last year we had several concussions, and he actually came out and let our kids borrow some to play in the state playoff games, kids that were returning from concussions. So we're going to order from them. Super excited about that.
So Game Breaker for the Aura. What do they call them? The bands or headbands?
Or the Halo, like depending on where you get them. But yeah, it's like the concussion headband, basically.
Got it. Awesome. They're not on there. I need to get that info from you and get them added.
For sure.
Well, Coach, I'm so excited. Like, yes, I remember you playing JV basketball back in the day. So, Coach Byram, okay, good job. Give him a shout out. So, I do appreciate it taking the time, and best of luck to you.
Thank you too.
Good stuff.
Yeah.